Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back to tonight's bonus upload. Before we jump into it, a couple links. As you know, I rely on Patreon, PayPal, channel membership, and the merch to help the channel to continue to grow and go. Links to Patreon, PayPal, and channel membership are in the description below. Merch displayed directly under the video. Also, Dogman Frightening Encounters, Volume 1 through 3, the audiobook versions. They were written and researched by Tom Lyons, narrated and produced by me, Jeff Nadolny. Those audiobooks are available on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes, links to which are also in the description as well. And finally, last but definitely not least, if you'd really like to help support this channel to continue to grow and go, simply subscribe. It does not cost you a cent. Click that like button, takes half a second. If you don't want to miss out on any of the informative uploads I put out daily, click that bell icon, and folks, please leave a comment. Why? Well, because all of these things, they really do help this channel to continue to grow and go. And folks, they definitely matter. Now, everyone, I have taken far too much of your time. Let's jump into tonight's bonus, shall we? Tonight's bonus, I have a couple of video clips that, once again, I have no affiliation with. And once again, I am not saying real or hoax. You decide. But some information that I am going to share with you about the evils of our government and their agreements, bonds, whatnot with extraterrestrial or alien from either outer space or other dimensions. Let's get into it.
You like your little car, buddy? Whoa. Look at him, skinny type of the phone. You like your little car, buddy? Whoa. Look at him, skinny type of the phone. You like your little car, buddy? Whoa. Look at him, skinny type of the phone. You like your little car, buddy? Whoa.
There has been a great deal of new information about UFO activity in Southern California, specifically in the vicinity of Lancaster, Palmdale, and Edwards Air Force Base. It appears 3 research facilities operated by Northrup, McDonald Douglas, and Lockheed are involved in developing new types of aircraft which possibly utilize anti-gravity propulsion. There are also reports by people who say they work or used to work at these facilities. They describe huge, elaborate underground complexes that are linked together by tunnels. Not only that, but some local residents have told UFO researchers that they've been abducted and taken to these underground facilities, where they report seeing humans in military uniforms and small, gray-skinned alien beings. The Northrup facility goes by the name of Tyon Ranch. It is sometimes referred to by UFO researchers as Tehachapi Ranch. It is located in the foothills of the Tehachapi Mountains at the mouth of Little Oak Canyon, about 25 miles northwest of Lancaster, California. It is not under restricted airspace, although the public is told that this is a cattle ranch. No livestock is visible anywhere on the property. UFO researcher Bill Hamilton says, if asked, Northrop Corporation will say it is an electromagnetic research facility. UFO researcher Norio Hayakawa reports the signs at the main entrance gate read, "Private property, no trespassing." Other signs read, "Danger, poison devices in the area. These devices are dangerous. They contain deadly cyanide. Stay away and keep your dogs away." These devices are the property of the United States government and are used for protection of livestock and game animals. Tampering with these devices or this sign is a federal offense. The United States Department of Agriculture. It is the opinion of some researchers that there is no cyanide, and these signs merely serve as a deterrent. This facility does not appear to have anything to do with livestock. Another sign attached to the cattle gate reads, Northrup Corporation, Pico Riviera. Norio also reports that a white van with government plates is seen entering the cattle gate daily at 7 a.m., 3 p.m., and 11 p.m. It is driven by a uniformed guard with a Northrup arm patch and usually contains additional military personnel in uniform. In aerial photos, the long, wide surfaces are not runways. They are white painted, diamond-shaped openings on the surface. A white pylon is visible in the center of one of the diamonds. A pylon, rack, and antenna array are located near the main buildings. One obvious purpose of this and the other facilities operated by McDonnell Douglas and Lockheed is for stealth aircraft research. Various objects or aircraft shapes can be placed on pylons, and radar or other types of energy can be projected at the aircraft shapes so that the reflected energy can be measured or other types of experiments can be made. There may be other purposes for this arrangement. The Northrup facility is rumored to have at least 42 underground levels and is said to connect to other underground facilities by an extensive network of subterranean tunnels. Many strange aircraft have been seen flying over and around the area, including glowing discs, triangular shape, large boomerang shapes, elongated shapes with lighted windows, and small glowing spheres. There is one report from a woman who lives about 10 miles east of the Northrup facility. She says that she saw a very large glowing disc hovering over one of the buildings at the northwest end. The disc was described as being as wide as a group of buildings, which would make it several hundred feet in diameter. Small discs have been reported and seen coming and going from the area near the base, perhaps using the white diamond shapes on the runway as their enter and exit place. Black helicopters are commonly seen flying around. While Bill Hamilton was at the cattle gate entrance, he saw a dark-colored UH-1 Huey helicopter approach the area from the direction of Edwards Air Force Base. He had lost sight of it as it flew into the canyon just north of the area. He didn't see it land at the base. It is rumored to be a disguised entrance in the Tehachapi Mountains that may be used by helicopters and perhaps other types of craft. The McDonnell Douglas facility is sometimes referred to as the Llano facility. It is located at the site of an old gray butt airport about 6 miles southwest of El Mirage Dry Lake and about 9 miles northeast of Llano, California. It is not located under restricted airspace. The original triangular runway configuration is still visible, but the runways are no longer used for conventional aircraft takeoffs and landings. Large letters on one runway reads, "No trespassing, unsafe for landing." Signs attached to the perimeter fence read, "Trespassing, loitering, forbidden by law." Right to pass by permission and subject to control of owner. The main buildings and antennas are at the west end, the large building with internal crane slides on 2 tracks and can be positioned over a fixed pylon in order to place an object on top of the pylon. Unusual glowing objects are seen mounted on this pylon at night. I myself have seen a glowing object on this pylon that varied in intensity from dim white to bright red and orange. Small glowing spheres have been reported to approach curious onlookers at night. It is thought that these glowing objects might be some type of monitoring device. The maneuvering abilities of these spheres defy explanation. The Lockheed facility is called the RCS, Radar Cross-Section Test Range. It is sometimes referred to as the Helendale facility. this is a genuine underground base. It also may function as a cog, continuity of government facility. It is located next to the site of the old Helendale Auxiliary Airport, 6 miles north of Helendale, California, and 2 miles south of the southern edge of the Edwards Air Force Base restricted airspace. It is shown as a circle with an X on the Los Angeles Aviation sectional chart. The triangular runway configuration is visible to the west. The main buildings and entrance antenna array are at the south end. The main underground entrance is visible to the north. 2 lighter colored gray diamond shapes are visible on the prepared surface. Most straight surfaces are angled away from the antennas. There appear to be numerous openings to the underground visible in photos. There is a sliding door arrangement at the north end, just above where the road leads underground. Just a few yards to the north is a dark-colored square that appears to open like the petals of a flower. Signs at the perimeter fence read, "Trespassing, loitering, forbidden by law. Trespassers are subject to prosecution. Private property, no trespassing. Lockheed Corp." When I flew over the area, a odd-shaped object was mounted on top of the northern pylon and was slowly rotating. I estimate the height of the pylon to be at least 100 feet. The elliptical object is about 30 feet long. The object is similar to the shape of half an almond, flat on the bottom, pointed on both ends, with a curved flange running alongside each side. What it is, I cannot be sure, but my guess that it's a full-sized something rather than a component of something else. On a different day, Bill Hamilton observed the Lockheed Helendale facility from the road just west of the perimeter fence. As he watched, 2 large doors opened, and a pylon with an elliptical object attached rose up from the ground. Large doors are still open in the photos and video. This object could be the same as the one seen from the air, but since it's only seen from one side, it's not known for certain if it was an actual disc shape, but it is possible. In August, while in Los Angeles area, met with Gary Schultz and Norio. They reported that on a recent visit to the same area, they saw a definite disc-shaped object on the pylon. So what does this mean? It means that for the first time we have verifiable evidence of high technologically aircraft being designed and built by the United States aerospace corporations at secret underground installations. These aircraft do not depend on aerodynamic lift of wings, propellers, and jet thrust, etc. Does this mean that all UFOs/flying saucers are really American high-tech aircraft that have been kept secret all these years? Are aliens from other planets just a convenient cover story? Not on your life. Unexplained aircraft have been seen for thousands of years. Are these crafts made by us, them, or some combination? Who knows? Perhaps it's true that we have discovered how to build aircraft similar to alien flying saucers. But did we have help from someone else? What if anything did we trade for help? Who oversees these deep black programs? How much do they cost? And most importantly, what is the purpose? We do not yet have the answers. At any rate, the test programs are becoming bolder and more intense. So the government uses these highly trained, highly paid technology corporations to create our weapons of war, maybe? I don't know. Who knows what they're there for? Who knows even if they're ours? They may be alien. Interestingly enough, though, I stumbled across a interview with a president's great-granddaughter, I believe, talking about how her great-grandfather met alien life form. When Laura Eisenhower was asked about her great-grandfather and his supposed meeting with extraterrestrial beings, she had this to say. This is that interview, exactly word for word. Well, I mean, we have to understand that the Second World War wasn't really won. We were dealing with things like Project Paperclip. We were dealing with, Admiral Richard B. Byrd in 1947 going to Nazi bases in Antarctica and being defeated. So, I mean, all these things were going on underneath. It's like this whole other reality is going on that we don't hear about. All of a sudden, my great-grandfather, Dwight D. Eisenhower, voted into presidency, and, this facade of winning the war, begins to take us further and further away from, the extraterrestrial concept and what that really means and what is it really about? What is the interaction? So I would say that he was instrumental in warning us about the military-industrial complex and his integrity, and I think the imprint that he left has allowed us to look back and open that door up and ask these questions that weren't asked back then. But my intuitive hit is that, and this is what I've gained from the work of Corey Goad and other whistleblowers that have been connected to the secret space program, is that the Nordics, extraterrestrial race, were connected to the Germans. And it was not this whole, he made a deal with the wrong guys. It's like there needed to be so much discernment and clarity about the larger picture that how can you possibly do that in those times? I mean, this is what we are trying to sort out now, is these timelines and the deeper history connected to secret societies, connected these deeper ET agendas that have been around for thousands of years. So, when it presents itself to a world government or to these power structures, there's been pieces put into place specifically on purpose in order to create this outer facade, which we read in our history books that have nothing to do with true history of what is really going on. And so by the time this other meeting happened, they considered it more of a surrender because they couldn't really do much. In 1953 is when the UFO was flown over the White House, and that's when they made negotiations with the Nazis because they didn't have a choice. In February of 2010, Laura also posted a long document on the web describing her own contacts with beings from the other world. This is an excerpt of that. It seemed clear to me that there were both false abductions, more holographic, and communicated to the person through chips. And then there were the real ones, the ones I believe my great-grandfather, President Eisenhower, confronted, which has been a well-known cover-up. Apparently, at this meeting, Eisenhower was forced into an agreement with one race of extraterrestrials involving the exchange of their technology for the ability to abduct some of us, examine us, and return us safely with no recollection of these events. So, where did the Eisenhower rumors stem from? In December 11th of 1984, a television producer named Jamie Chandra received an envelope that had no return address, with 2 more envelopes inside and a 35mm roll of film. The first paper within the envelope was a cover sheet labeled Top Secret, Majestic Eyes Only, and titled Briefing Document Operation Majestic 12 Prepared for President-elect Dwight Eisenhower. It was dated November 18, 1952. Admiral Roscoe Hillenkoetter was listed as a briefing officer along with President Truman, who established a group under executive order. Other names on the document included General Nathan Twining, who stated in a declassified intelligence document that the phenomenon is something real and not visionaries or fictitious. The report operating characteristics such as extreme rates of climb maneuverability, particular in roll, and motion, which must be considered evasive when sighted or contacted by friendly aircraft and radar, lend belief to a possibility that some of the objects are controlled either manually, automatically, or remotely. The Majestic 12 documents go on to describe the known details of the extraterrestrial presence. Although they cannot be confirmed as completely authentic, they are no doubt intriguing. William Cooper, who was a close friend of Jamie Chandra, as well as a Navy officer who himself had experiences with the UFO phenomenon, wrote a paper titled The Secret Government, The Origin, Purpose, and Identity of Majestic 12, where he made several revelations. He claimed that there were at least 16 downed alien aircraft, 65 bodies, and one live alien retrieved between 47 and 52, and at least 10 more UFO crashes, retrievals, during Eisenhower's year. He also claimed that these top-secret bases were dominated by the CIA and the Air Force, but then went into greater secrecy in 52 with the establishment of the NSA, which didn't become known to the general public until 30 years after its creation. On a side note, the NSA has also recently released some weird documents without any explanation, like this one that reads, "Key to the extraterrestrial messages." These documents reveal, at the very least, that these agencies are actively interested in this phenomenon and devoting significant resources to its study. Another source shared details of Eisenhower's meeting with the extraterrestrial is Dr. Michael Salla, a former American university professor who now writes extensively in the UFO field. He has also noted that he wrote to Ike's son, John S.D. Eisenhower, and asked if there was actually an alien encounter with his dad. The response, as Salla reported, was no. According to a Pentagon consultant and UFO researcher, Timothy Good, Eisenhower had meetings with extraterrestrial beings on more than one occasion. Another source, a deathbed testimony given to one of the world's most notable UFO researchers, Richard Dolan. There are objects in our atmosphere which are technically miles in advance of anything we can deploy, that we have no means of stopping them coming here, and that there is a serious possibility that we are being visited and have been visited for many years by people from the outer space and other civilizations, that it behoves us, in case some of these people in the future or now should turn hostile, to find out who they are, where they come from, and what they want. This should be the subject of rigorous scientific investigation, and not just a subject of rubbish by the tabloids. That statement was from Lord Admiral Hill Norton, former Chief of Defense Staff, 5-star Admiral of the Royal Navy, Chairman of the NATO Military Committee.
What's that? Right up there. What? What is that thing? Whoa, what the heck?
Dude, I don't... What?
What is that?
I'm not seeing it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, what is that? What is that thing?
What's that? Right up there.
What?
What is that thing? Whoa, what the heck?
Dude, I don't. What?
What is that?
I'm not seeing it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, what is that? What is that thing?
Alright guys, just a fun little bonus right there to end the night with. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. Put together tomorrow's upload already, and I'm going to call it an early night. Didn't sleep much last night because my dad had surgery this morning. His surgery went off without a hitch. Thank God. And thank you all for all of your prayers, because honestly, my mom and I were both really, we were worried. As ornery and grumpy as that man is, his health is not the greatest. And it was just something that I don't know. But thank you for all of your prayers. I really do appreciate it. Guys, please stay safe, happy, healthy, and ever vigilant, keeping an eye on our children, our pets, our family, and friends. These creatures are real. They are out there. They are dangerous. Share a little bit of information with those that you love and care about, and it may just save some of their lives someday. Until tomorrow, God bless you all.